we're going to be talking about a matrix, the breakaway plan, the unilevel, the binary, the hybrid, and then several other gimmick type plans on this call. But we're going to start off with the matrix because it seems like kind of a basic place to start, and it's a great, visually the matrix is the most simple type of plan to demonstrate or to visualize on paper or on a screen like we're showing tonight. Basically, you have yourself at the top, little star-bellied Sneetch here, for those Dr. Seuss fans. Here's a star-bellied guy, and he's got 3 distributors placed on his front line. We're going to say this is a him. It looks a little masculine here. So he's got 3 distributors placed on his front line, and each of those have 3 distributors placed on their front line. This is a 3x2 matrix, meaning you put 3. 3 is the number of people per level, and 2 is how many levels deep. So 3 by 2, you go 3 wide, 2 deep. Okay, so that's the 3 by 2. Now we'll go to a 7 by 2 over on the right hand side here with 3 by 2s on the left. The 7 by 2 is on the right. So we got 7 people now on the front generation and 2 on each of their groups. Or excuse me, this isn't a 7 by 2. 7 by 2 means I have to kind of sketch this out. 7 by 2 is 7 on the front line, and then there's 7 on the second generation, but it's only 2 deep. So our graphic doesn't really represent that, but we didn't have space to put the 7 down there. So you 7 on the front line, 7 on the second generation, and it's only 2 deep. Now, on a I have down listed at the bottom of this page the most common matrix configurations that I've seen in the industry over the last 15, 20 years. We got the 2x9, the 2x12. Those are very common. The 3x9 I've seen. And then on the right-hand side, probably the most commons are the 4x7s. We do have a very popular 5x7 in the industry that is the one that has, the only one that's really survived, and the 7x2 matrix. So this is basically how the matrix pans out over. And now there's many other types of matrices, but basically all you have to look at is the 2. The first number here represents how many people wide, and the second number represents how many deep. So wide and deep, not deep and wide, but wide and deep, like the song, wide and deep. Now, let's talk about a little bit of the good and the bad. We're not going to talk about too much of the ugly because I didn't put that frame in tonight, but the good and the bad. The good of the matrix is it's easy to explain. I mean, look at this diagram on the left here. Your 3x2 matrix, so easy to explain. You have 3 on your front line, 2 on the, 3 on the second, 2 levels deep. Very easy. You fill in the rows, no problem. Okay? Great. It looks great on paper. You can show people how, you can, if you fill out this 7x2 matrix, or if you fill out this, better yet, like a 3x12 matrix, where you get some really heavy numbers on the 12th generation, you're going to be making $20,000 per month. Okay? So it looks great on paper. And the spillover factor. With a matrix, you'll see here that we have these individuals on the front line, and I'm going to get my handy little pointer here. We got these individuals on the front line, okay? And they each have people underneath them. Well, typically what happens is you in the matrix, let's say you sponsor these first 3. 1, 2, 3 people are your personal sponsorships. And let's say that you're a top leader. You're going to sponsor more than 3. You're going to sponsor, let's say you sponsor 20. So you sponsor number 4 here, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You just keep going, 10, 11, 12. You sponsored 12 people already. And nobody else has sponsored anybody yet. Now, your idea is, wow, I sponsored 12. I filled up my first 2 generations. If everybody else sponsors 12, I'm going to push this baby out to my 4th, 5th, 6th generation. I'm going to fill that up, and I'm going to start making some great money. In theory, that's great. It's wonderful theory. The problem is when people are getting something for nothing, typically what happens is they start not doing anything. They get lazy. The bad is that it starts to breed laziness. So spillover is a good thing. Spillover is also a bad thing. It's a good thing for the lazy person. It's a bad thing for the person who's hardworking because they're losing out on commissions that should be theirs. So anytime you reward the lazy distributor for inactivity, that can breed kind of a culture of laziness, and it really can hurt some feelings. The people who work hard feel like they're getting ripped off. The people who aren't working at all are getting paid, and it creates a really strange incentive there. So it gets kind of weird. And then the third thing, and this is the number one reason that I avoid the matrix plan, is the matrix plan has a very horrible track record. No company has ever survived the matrix plan. No company has ever survived the matrix plan. That should be reason enough to grab your wallet and run when you see a company that has a matrix compensation structure. However, what you're going to find, there is one company that has a matrix, and we'll talk about that a little bit later. There's one company that has survived over the course of the years with a matrix plan, but it doesn't really behave like a matrix. It's more like a unilevel plan because of the way it's structured. It's a 5x7. It's very wide and very deep, so it's a little bit more like a unilevel. So we'll kind of skip over that. Just suffices to say that there aren't many companies out there that will ever survive the matrix compensation plan. In my book, we go through this in detail, absolute detail. As a matter of fact, in my book on tape that is now available at dcfalter.com, you can actually listen to an entire, I think it's about an hour dedicated to, maybe an hour, more than an hour, about an hour dedicated to the same information. Basically what we covered tonight, it kind of goes into that, but it's the reading of the book itself, so there's information we did not cover tonight that we go into on the book on tape, and we also go into it in total detail in the actual book. The book, if I read the entire book, it'd probably be about more like 10 hours. So it's pretty detailed information. The book is not out yet. It will be out this summer. You can pre-order the book for a discount. The book on tape is out, so you can purchase that at dcfalter.com or go to networkmarketingbook.com and make sure you register there, because when I do come out with the book, I'll let everybody know from that mailing list. With that said, I'd like to thank you for joining us on this call. And again, for those of you who joined us late, I'll let you know that I do these calls every week, Tuesday nights. And the purpose in me doing them is to spread the word about network marketing, to really educate people on the true principles for selecting a top network marketing company. If you're already in a company and you're doing well and you like it, and based upon the principles we taught tonight, you feel like, wow, I'm even more sure that I'm involved with a great company now, thanks to what Darren said, more power to you. I hope that you become a millionaire in that company. I hope that you become a top leader, and that you are, we meet somewhere on the beaches of the world or at a seminar, top network marketing seminar somewhere, because you deserve it if you're taking that company and sharing it with people in the product. If you're looking for a company, we'd love to talk to you. That's one of the reasons we do the seminar, is because we want to find intelligent, ambitious people looking for a top company. I feel that I've picked a great one, and I'd love to work with you in that. Or the person, get back with the person who referred you to this webinar and talk with them. And third reason we do this is we just want to give back to people. We've been very blessed in this industry, and we want to give back. So thank you so much for joining us on this webinar. For those of you who would like to ask some questions, I'm going to open up the line just for a few minutes to take just a couple of questions. We're going to unmute the call right now.